So you want your makeup to look amazing, smooth, airbrushed, flawless. You don't know what you're doing wrong. Skin prepping is a key to the most beautiful finish to your makeup. And I'm gonna show you the before and the after. That way you can actually see why it's so important and what difference it can make. Pay close attention because one side is going to be straight up just your makeup. And the other, we are going to skin prep. I've never done this before, so I'm feeling kind of weird. I just washed my face. It's not like it's tight, but it's screaming, give me skincare. But only half of it is going to get that skincare. Girl. Okay, so let's begin. I'm gonna start off with an eye cream. You don't have to do the eye cream and or the serum in this order. You can do the serum first or the eye cream, but I tend to do the eye cream usually first. I got this off of the TikTok shop. I really like it. It's Beauty by Jozion. It wasn't expensive. I think it was like 16 bucks. And by the way, oh, I did this with I'm so used to applying it on both eyes. And I'm just going to rub it back and forth, kind of do one of these. I had like bubbles of water collection under my eye, and this is the massage that I tend to do to remove it. I learned it like a few months ago and it's been life-changing under my eye. The puffiness has drastically reduced. Makeup is makeup and skincare is skincare. It doesn't matter if you spent $89 on an eye cream, whether you got it in a beauty box or you went to the drugstore and picked it up for $12. As long as you're giving your skin some TLC, it's going to love you. You'll see improvements eventually because skincare is one of those things that you need to like be consistent with in order to notice the difference, but also you'll notice that your makeup is going on so much better. Also, try to make sure you're exfoliating at least twice a week. See how I'm talking to you guys and I'm just blending back and forth? I'm really making sure that it's being absorbed and massaged onto the under eye. Plus that massage helps with depuffing. And technically you can use one of these too. I rotate between my fingers and like tools sometimes. Next, I'm going to do a serum. I'm gonna use this here. This is the Future Youth Gravity Rebound by Pacifica. I got this in a beauty box. I'm gonna say it was Ipsy. I have to remember to only do one side. Oh, this is so weird. Now, mind you, this side, I quite literally just washed my face and I filled in the brow. Because with the brows, I mean, skincare is not going to make a difference with your brow. Same thing, I'm going to massage it onto the skin. And then in between steps, I will give myself 1 minute for the skin to absorb the skincare product. I bring it into my hairline. Already you can see the difference. Hydrated, glowy, healthy looking, right? Just this one. This is just my skin. And this one feels tight and on this side it does not. And I feel like it looks kind of dewy or like luminous, but that's just my skin and how dry it is right now. Now I will go in and apply a primer. This is the Sweet Suit of Armor by Tweeze. I actually really liked it. It's very reminiscent to Charlotte Tilbury. This is more of a moisturizer though. This is a primer. So I'm gonna use Battle Prep Face Primer. And it smells really, I never compared to see. Okay, to be fair, Charlotte Tilbury smells good, but I think that the Tweeze one smells better. I'm gonna take just a small amount, and that's the beauty. That when you do your skin prep, you don't really need a lot of product in order for it to like all work. And then I'll just do the very same thing. We're gonna back and forth. I like to massage it in the areas that I tend to need some extra help, like the sides of my nose. They get pretty red and sometimes, just sometimes dry, especially when I exfoliate. I typically would do like Dr. Dennis Gross, or I would do like the peel pads, or I would do my Paula's Choice. I like to rotate in between the two so my skin doesn't necessarily get used to just the one product. And they work very well. Like I don't have extremely sensitive skin. If anything, I don't really have sensitive skin. So it's like trial and error at first, but I can pull it off. Same thing here. I'm waiting 1 minute before moving forward with foundation, which is the step that we're going to take on both sides now, because like I had to focus on just the one side, but I feel like I can tell the difference, and it's me here in person. I just look so much healthier and just like plump, you know? While we're waiting the minute, I feel like when you really look at it close up, if you don't do proper skincare, your makeup will look patchy, dry. It will gravitate towards different areas. It's not just your makeup. Yes, your makeup is not going to look as great, but you're also not giving your skin what it needs or what it loves. Any of the acids that balance your skin's pH and all of that. And so what's happening is you're only adding product over product over product onto the skin, clogging your pores, which can turn into bacteria and acne, and you don't want that. So proper skincare not only gives some love to your skin, but it also creates a beautiful barrier so you can apply your makeup. It's gonna look amazing, but your makeup is not gonna like sink into your pores. Remember this nasty, nasty girl? I know, right? It's okay, because she still works and I love her, okay? And so I am going to apply my makeup the way that I would normally apply it, which would be with a damp beauty sponge. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do one pump. I'll apply it everywhere, and then if I feel like I need more, then I'll go in for my second. I typically would do 2 pumps for all over the face. However, since we are in that my skin but better era where we can get away with just going lighter, I love looking like I don't have too much on my face, and so I'm gonna go halfies with it and just do the 1 pump. For whatever's left, I'm going to blend this side first, damp it up, and pat all over the skin. Now, granted, I have pretty good skin, like I do take care of it. So is it going to look like this for everyone when I zoom you guys in? No, but you will notice the difference between skincare and no skincare. And I think that's the whole point, like my goal with this video. Now, if you have acne scarring, a lot of texture, your finish will look different, but just know the before and after is to show you the improvements that skincare can do to your makeup. And then I'm gonna move forward and just kind of start blending the other side. Here is the side with the serums. I'm still looking hydrated. I look dewy, but I look balanced. It looks airbrushed. See what I'm saying? And I do have a little bit of texture, not necessarily dry spots on the skin, but it just looks smooth and pretty. Then on this side, with no skincare, the foundation still looks balanced and pretty. However, it's, you're able to see my bumps, and that's because I have no moisturizer, no serum, no primer, nothing. I didn't give my skin any TLC. So right now, it's just kind of like, it's trying to absorb whatever hydration that foundation has. And eventually, this is not going to look very pretty. It's not going to wear well because of the fact that foundations do have oils, right? It has liquids, it has oils within the formulation. And my skin was feeling so dry that it's trying to absorb it. Eventually, this is going to look kind of weird. I'm gonna promise you that. I'm gonna move forward to the under eye. I'm gonna use my Pro Fix Stick in the shade Neutral Tan by NYX. I'm gonna apply that on this inner corner here and drag along where I see the little bit of darkness and hollow under the eye. And I'm gonna leave it there. And then I'll do the same thing here. I'm gonna give it 1 second to kind of start setting. You can color correct the way that I did. NYX has these in different colors. They have a salmon, they have a green, they do have a lavender. However, this one works very well for me. And the darkness, like the gray blue under my eye, it's not that bad. It's just a little bit of a hollow in this area. So the idea behind it is you want to make that lighter and then go in with a concealer that is going to be pretty much your skin complexion. Don't go too much lighter. If not, it'll emphasize the situation even more. See, like I just blended it and I'm gonna leave it alone. Lightly blend it with the finger. A sponge will eliminate and lift the product. You don't want that because it's defeating the purpose. You wanna build some concealer right over top of it. And this is where hydrating the under eye is so freaking important, because you're gonna apply product under there. You want it to look smooth, you want it to look pretty. And even if you do my creaseless under eye trick, it'll work for you. I know so many of you guys said it worked. I'll link that below if you haven't checked it out. But what's gonna happen is over applying product and not hydrating the under eye can still make it look aged under the eye, and you don't want that. You don't want it to start looking like a dry piece of paper. So I went ahead, see the difference of just patting with your finger, the smallest amount, and this is drugstore. Next, I'll move forward with concealer, and with this, I'm gonna apply the smallest amount too. I know she's yucky, but I use her a lot. This is the KVD concealer in medium 129. This is the concealer that is the closest to my skin complexion. I have a ton of concealers in my collection. However, I usually like to go like a lot lighter. So for this demonstration purpose, I am going as close to my complexion as I possibly can. And then I'm going to do that. I'm not going back in because this one picks up enough product to where you don't have to go back in. I will use a beauty sponge. I'm gonna use the side that has like nothing on it. I am gonna let it sit, just like I showed you guys on that other video where I showed you like the step-by-step to a perfect creaseless under eye. Then check out this video, it was so good. And a lot of you guys, like I said, fell in love with the technique. You've tried it and you were like, oh my God, life-changing. So I highly recommend that video. So we're gonna let it sit for a second, let it get a little tacky. That way when you go in with your beauty sponge, you're leaving behind the pigment and lifting the oils. All right, it's been about a minute. I'm gonna take the tip of the sponge, looking up, and I will blend that baby out. I avoid blending too much on the inner corner because remember, that's where we brightened that inner corner shadow situation that we have going on. And I remember on this side, we did not apply any under eye cream. Now I'm gonna grab my setting powder. We're gonna do the little trick I showed you guys. I'm gonna use the one size in Marigold. I really like the Rich Peach, I think it is. Ultra Peach, very, very good. I'm gonna use the Nikki LaRose and a big fluffy brush to make sure that I'm buffing out any fine lines, and I'm gonna work on one eye at a time. I give more detail in that video, so I'm just kind of like redoing my little steps. And if you guys can see, I do have a little bit of puffiness, but with these techniques, you get to hide them. I'm gonna quickly go ahead and powder like the other areas of my face that I normally would powder. Here are the under eyes. I feel like although they both from afar look the same, this area here you can see like little bumps that I have, but also you could see my lines a little more on this side right here, but it's because it feels and looks dry. So it's going to give you that dry looking and effect on the skin, which is kind of annoying. And then on this side, we're just, you know, blended, less puffier in my opinion, and smoother. But of course we are going to apply more powder because that's how I tend to do it. So I'm gonna go in with my powder puff, do the other steps that I told you guys about, and then we'll see the difference. You can see the bumps a little more, and my fine lines are way more prominent. Like you can see them way more. And then on this side, smooth, less fine lines. I mean, we're human, right? I have fine lines for sure, but it's just smoother. I've pointed out the differences. I need to go in with like my bronzer because we need it, and some blush, some highlight. I'm gonna work on the eyeball. So I'm gonna do all that and then we're gonna come back. I added blush. I did my eyes. I had a lot of fun with color today. I struggled a little bit with the lashes, I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, so the face is on, and I purposely added a highlight that has baby specks. It's not like insane glitter. They're just like so finely milled, but you can see them. It's so pretty. This is a side, again, where we have our skin prep. And the skin is looking pretty. It's looking good. I was able to blend under the eye and it just looks flawless, but it's still nice and bright because the skincare kind of grasped on to like the product that I put on top of it. And it looks like full on glam, but I really remember I did one pump. So it looks pretty, it looks smooth, right? You can see like the shimmer, okay. Here you can see still texture. It's been a little bit, I've been filming. I did like some shorts and some TikToks and reels and stuff. And look right here, you can see texture. You can see how it looks dry. You can definitely see my pores, and it's not that pretty. And then in the under eye, you can still see the little lumps and the little bumps right here, but also the blend was so much harder for me to blend. It wasn't as smooth and like gradient. It was just very, very much. The only thing that saves this under eye from looking completely horrible is the fact that I still did my tip and trick from the prior video, but it could definitely be bumped up a whole nother level to a whole nother place to where it's red carpet ready had I done my skincare under the eye. And realistically, from afar, you can't tell the difference. You really, really can't. But as you get closer, it's almost like that realistic filter that our eyes provide us with fade away. And the closer you get to see more and more imperfections. I promise you, if you were to see me in person, you'd notice the difference. But you guys, I really want you to let me know in the comment section. Did you try the other trick from the other video? Again, that's linked below. And if you don't do like skincare prior to makeup, are you gonna start doing it just so that you can see the difference? Now, please remember that engaging with the video helps me in the analytics with engagement and tells YouTube that my content is awesome and that they should recommend it to more people. So just hitting the like button, hitting the comment section, watching the video through is what we are needing. And I want to thank you in advance for doing that. Oh, wait, we can't go anywhere without saying hello and thank you to our channel members, the G Squad. This amazing group of people have joined channel memberships and are supporting the channel at a higher level. They've unlocked exclusive perks like YouTube providing them with a badge highlighting all of their comments under my videos and exclusive giveaways. So if you're interested in joining channel memberships, all you have to do is click the join button below and you are good to go. YouTube is going to recommend your next video here based on your watch history. I will recommend additional beauty content over here. I think you're really going to enjoy, so I hope you consider checking it out. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.